Morning, everyone, team. Welcome back to the demo session 2 today. So, in the last session on Saturday, we were talking about the topics like introduction to the ERP we have seen, and then the Fusion applications evaluation overview we have seen, like when the Fusion applications introduced in the market, and since then, like what are all the existing products that Oracle purchased, and Oracle came up by this product called Oracle Fusion applications. In which year Oracle launched the product? All these things we have seen here. And then we also spoke about the cloud deployment options, something like on-premise and cloud deployment options. And within the cloud, what are all the three types of deployments we have? Something like SaaS model, IaaS model, or PaaS model. That difference we have seen. And then I have also spoke about the concept of types of companies involved. Like typically in any ERP application, who are all the companies involved? Like who is a service provider, who is called as customer or client, or who is a consulting company, and where we are going to be part of once we learn this particular technology. That we have seen. And then we spoke about Fusion environment releases, like in the year 2011, when Oracle launched this product into the market, what is the release that they came up in the market? And since then, what is the evaluation that the application got upgraded? And what is the upgradation policy that Oracle is following in order to give for this Fusion applications? Like they are following the quarterly upgradation policy. And how the sequence will be coming up quarter to quarter. We have decoded this particular version number also, right? And then I also introduce it to you every time whenever a new release is coming, a new upgradation that Oracle coming up, where we have to refer the release notes, new features where we have to refer. That also I have shown you, team. And then we spoke about what are all the modules that we are having in the Fusion HCM cloud application, right? So here we spoke about what are all the modules we have in the system, what comes under the functional side and what comes under the technical side. Okay, and where are the prerequisites of SQL is required in which particular area. This all we have seen, like what are all the modules we have in the system. And then we spoke about Oracle knowledge repository also, like I introduced it to you, where we should get Oracle documentation, like Oracle materials for all the modules, the standard Oracle defined materials. As I told you, it is a free access to everyone. And how to access, how to navigate to that URLs we have seen. And finally, we have closed our session on Saturday with what are the benefits that you are going to get as part of this particular program, right? Like what are all the duration, timings, and what benefits that you are going to get as part of the training. We have concluded the session with these things in the last Saturday. Now, today session, let me take up two things. One will be the concept of certification, because many of you, when you approached me, you are asking me, Kumar, is certification mandatory in Oracle Fusion applications? If it is, then how we have to appear for certification? What is the process, or what is the cost, or what is the examination pattern that Oracle will follow in order to conduct these Oracle certifications? We will see that, and then we will talk about the introduction to the application team. Like once a customer buy this product, how the product will be delivered, what we will be calling this product as, or how many environments that our client will receive. What is production, what is test environment, in which environment, what we will do, that introduction. And also the basic features. Once we log in into the system, what are all the basic screen level features that we are going to see in the system? I will introduce to the application today too. So coming to the Oracle certification, here for the entire HCM cloud application, we are not having any common certification team. Means for the entire technology or for the entire course, we don't have a single certification. Oracle will provide certification depending upon the module specific, depending upon the module specific. Like you take core HR is one of the module. You have within the HCM, you have the certification for core HR module separately. Then for absence module, then payroll, then talent, compensation, benefit, OTL, OLC, ORC. Like that, for individual functional modules, for each of the module, we have the certification available. And the examination name will be like this thing. If you take the examination name for core HR module, so it will be Oracle Global Human Resource Cloud Implementation Specialist. Or if you take absence module, you take absence management module. The examination name will be Oracle Fusion Absence Management, okay, Cloud Implementation Specialist. Like that, you have Payroll Cloud Implementation Specialist or Learning Cloud Implementation Specialist. Like that, for every module, you have the examination available team. And for each of the module, the examination codes also will be there. If you take core HR, that examination code is 1ZO1046/2022. Then for absence module, it is 1ZO1047/2022. Like that, for each of the examination, you have your examination code also too. How to write this certification? First of all, prior to the COVID, before 3 years team, Oracle basically partnered with a company called VU Pearson. This is a company which is an examination partner, for Oracle team. Okay. Oracle partnered with this company. On behalf of Oracle, this VU Pearson used to conduct the certification exams. How? Prior to COVID, these VU Pearson used to have test center everywhere in major cities like in Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore, in every country. You have to go to the test center, you have to book the exam for whatever the module you want to write, and you have to write the exam from there. But post-COVID, everything became online. So now Oracle is also conducting the certification exam via online. You can go to VU Pearson site. Like if you go to Google and if you search with VU Pearson, okay, if you go to VU Pearson, you'll get something called home.personview.com. So go to VU Pearson, and here you can search with your examination code or whatever that you know. You can search with anything team. Okay. So basically, you have to log in for this one. You can go to take a test, and then you can search your respective test name, and then you can book the slot. This one you can see after completing the course, if at all, if you want to write the certification exam team. So in this site, you have to go, you can book the slot, and then you can write the exam. And how many questions that you are going to get in each certification team? Let's take up example of core HR module. Okay. In each module certification team, you will be getting 75 to 90 questions in the exam. And all they are choose the correct answers type, multiple option questions. Means there will be a question and there will be answers available, A, B, C, D. You have to pick up the correct answer from that. Okay. And you also have negative marking in the evaluation. So the pass percentage is 75% you should get. 75% you should get. 70 to 75 the cutoff is. This will be varying from year to year team. It's not static, but usually if you take average, 75% is the pass mark you have to get. So you have to go to this website, search with your examination code, book your slot available, and write the exam for that, whatever the module you want in. And the validation for each module that you are going to write will be 18 months. As per standard Oracle giving rules, let's suppose in the month of February 2023, you are taking the exam team. You cleared the exam, certification release. then that certification is valid for next 18 months. After that, again, you have to write the exam if you want to be up to date. But usually in the real-time companies, they won't be checking the year which you have written. Usually, if you have taken up 2-3 years back also, they will consider that you are a certified implementation specialist. It is not that particular, every company will take up the months that or whatever the validity of the certification team. And what is this one IZ 1046/2022? This stands for the year. Which year paper team? So we came to 2023, just we are in February month. So 2023 certification exam paper not yet came team. As of now, 2022 is the latest paper. Next couple of months, we will get 2023 paper also team. So this is what Oracle certification, how it is going to conduct. And as I told you, one more thing, certification in Oracle Fusion applications is not a mandatory thing. Means if you are going for a job applying, it is not a mandatory thing. But if you have the certification in the resume, it will be added value. Something like showcasing your profile or selling your profile, stating that you are a Oracle certified implementation specialist. Usually, if you are a fresher or 3 to 4 years of experience you are keeping and you are going, in these cases, you can forget about the certification. It is not mandatory to go. People who are experienced, having 5 to 6 years or more than that, moving from one technology to another technology, for those people, it might have some added advantage. Or even once you join the organization, when you are moving from project to project, some of the clients will ask that our resource should be certified implementation specialist. At that time also, your certification might make you to be part of that project. Or when the performance evaluations are conducting, your project manager might take up this as scenario that are you a certified specialist or not, something like that. But it is not required in the beginning phase of going into this technology team. Once you get into your jobs, then slowly you can have that certifications clear. That too, if required, not mandatory. Situation to situation, they are different team. The cost of each certification will be 17,000 close to as of till date team. Okay, including taxes, everything. Each module cost is 17,000 Indian rupees. And it is a non-refundable amount. If you write the exam and you failed, you are not getting the pass mark. If you fail the certification exam, it will not be refunded to you. So you have to prepare well and you have to appear team, or else you will be in a trouble. So if you are working in any existing companies, do check your project managers. They will be having a free coupons for your company, because many of the companies are Oracle Platinum partners, Gold partners, or Silver partners. So if your company is also such company, check with your project managers. They will provide you free coupons so that you can write the exam at free cost. Okay. So what support you are going to get from us? We are going to share the dumps for these modules team. What do you mean by dumps? Dumps means if you are applying for core HR module, I'm telling 75 to 90 questions will come. So we have all that question and answers readily available to you. Whatever the question and answers that are going to come, we are having that readily available. You can prepare that dump and you can clear it team. 85 or 90, maximum questions, 90% of the questions remain same. Only 5 to 10 questions might be differed from the dumps that what we are sharing team in the exam when you're writing. So that you have to sensibly think and you have to write. So whatever the training that we are going to conduct for each module will give you that end-to-end knowledge on that particular module. And you can easily clear the certification if you are willing to write the certification. Okay. So this is about the Oracle certification process overview. Now, let me move on to the introduction to the application team. What is that? As we all know, our Fusion applications are purely on a cloud-based technology. They are purely on a cloud-based technology. So once a customer buy the license from Oracle, in our case, if you go to our types of companies, who is our customer? Let's take up our Tata Group team as an example. Now Tata Group approached Oracle and they are buying the product from Oracle, the Fusion HCM cloud applications for their in-house HR operations team. Now, when Tata Group purchased the license from Oracle, how the product will be delivered to Tata Group by Oracle? Just in the form of this URL. Okay. If I just keep it here, this is a product team. This is a product team. Okay. The application will be delivered just in the form of this URL. And you will be having user ID and password. So once Tata get the product from Oracle, the application will be delivered just like this. A URL with user ID and password, because it is a cloud-based application. As I told you in last session also, you no need to install the application anywhere in the system. Just I will go with this URL team, and then let's say I will copy here, and then let me search. You take any browser, Google, Firefox, Internet Explorer, anything. See, now I have searched with that particular URL team. What is the screen that I came to see? Sign in Oracle Applications Cloud. And here I have the option of user ID and password. So once I give the user ID and password team, then I will be able to log in into the system. This is our Oracle Fusion HCM or Fusion Cloud Applications team. As it is a cloud-based technology, the application will be delivered in the form of this URL. And this particular URL in real time, when you are working in the project team, you have to know we will be calling this with the different names. Okay, when you're learning the course, you should also know the jargons or the terminologies that what we are going to use in our job life or the consulting life. What we will call this as, in a regular layman terminology, just as a URL, you can call it as, or you can call it as environment. Okay, you can call it as environment, or you can call it as instance. Okay, or you can call it as server. Okay, or you can call it as POD, platform on demand. Multiple names: URL, environment, instance, server, or pod. Okay, many names you will be calling this particular Oracle product in the real-time team. Either it has a URL, or you can call it as environment, or you can call it with the name of instance, or you can call it in the name of server, or you can call it as pod. Pod means platform on demand. Because as they are cloud-based team, we are subscribing the license. So the platform is giving delivered on demand of the customer request. So that is why we can call it as platform on demand. And for every customer to customer team, I will show you the difference. Now, this is one of the products that which I'm going to show you. Here, I'm able to see what is that HTTPS hash and then login dash ESEV, right team? Observe this ESEV. Now I will go to another environment. In the another tab, I have given, this is another product team. Find the difference between this and this, or else I will keep here. Let me copy another URL here, team. So this is one of the product and that is one of the product team. Try to observe the difference here and here. These 4 letters you observe, team. Okay. Login dash ESEV. And for this is what? Login dash ESLL. Right? So customer to customer, the product you can identify the URL with this 4 characters team. This product is having ESEV and this product is having ESLL. In real time, sometimes you will be in a situation to work for multiple projects team, because if you are mapped for a support project, then your project manager will ask you to work for 2 or 3 projects Means for 2 or 3 clients you are working. At that point of time, how you will differentiate which client's product is which? By looking at these 4 characters you can identify. This is one of the products. And in the second tab, ESEV, this is the second product. So product to product, the client's products you can differentiate or identify with these 4 characters. These 4 characters will be unique in the URL for every client who purchasing the license from Oracle. And that 4 characters in the URL or the environment, we will call it as pod number. What is that team? They will be called as pod number, POD number. So POD numbers are unique for customer to customer, right? That is one fundamental difference you should know from customer to customer team. Pod number, POD number, right? And then I want to tell you one more thing. What is that team? Now Tata Group purchased the license from Oracle team. How many applications or how many instances that a customer will get delivered team when they are buying from Oracle? They are going to get 2 environments. What is that, you know? When a customer buy the license from Oracle, they are going to get 2 environments. What are those, team? When we talk about environments, one is production environment, and the second one is test environment team. By default, these are the 2 environments that a customer will get delivered with when they buy the license from Oracle. Okay. One is test environment and other one is production environment. What is that production and test team? Let's suppose team, this is the URL team. This is the URL. This is the production, let's assume. Basically, they are demo instances, but let's assume it is a production environment team. What is the difference between production and test environment? Production environment is the main or the everyday, whatever the end user using application team. This is the real environment of your client. Means whatever the environment that they are going to use in their day-to-day life. This is the actual real-time environment which the customers are going to use. Then what is this test environment team? During the time of implementation, all the setups and configurations we will be doing first initially in the test environment team. All the setups and the configurations, nothing but the implementation will be handled in this particular environment team. We as an implementation consultants, when we go for a project team, we will not work in the production environment. Whatever the modules that we are going to configure for the client, depending upon their requirement, like core HR, absence, payroll, talent, whatever it is, team, we will first be given with the access of test environment. Client will give the test environment team, which is the implementation environment. Whatever the configurations or the setups, everything first initially we are going to configure in this test environment team. Once the implementation is done, we will be presenting it to the client in different phases like CRP1, CRP2, like that. In that phases, client will go check and they will test whatever we configured and they will give the sign off. Like if all the configurations are fine as per their expectation, they will give the sign off. And then we will move these changes or configurations to production environment and we will hand over the production to the client. Production is the actual real-time environment where the end users are going to use, the client side people are going to use, the HR people in their day-to-day activities team. So we will be not touching the production environment until and unless we have all the setups or the configurations that done in the test environment team. So when you go for an implementation project also, customer first will give us the access to test environment. So all the implementation tasks, setups, and the configuration we will do in the test environment initially. The difference between test and production looks like this team. If this is the production team, test environment will have like this. After our pod number, ESEV/test. It looks like this. See, this is the production. Login dash ESEV. And the test environment is a proxy of production. It looks like this. ESEV/test. By default, for any customer in the market, when they're buying the product from Oracle, these two are the environments Oracle will give. But on top of this, many customers will also buy for development environments team. Means if they want to buy development environment, it will be on an additional costing. They have to pay additional to the Oracle. The difference you will identify in this URL is, in the place of test, you will be seeing it as a dev. This is production, just ESEV, only pod number will be there. In test environment, pod number/test. In dev environment, pod number/dev. So this development environments team are additional costing to the customers. Oracle by default will not give in the license that what they are buying. If they want to have additional environment, they have to buy separately for this. Oracle will cost separately. What is this dev environment team? If any new business processes they want to create, okay, they want to implement some new business processes or some new customization, something they want to do. In the development environment, they will first develop all that thing, like interfaces they want to develop, any customizations client they want to try. Those all things they will make use of dev environment team. And then if everything is done, that we will move to test. And then from test to finally, we will move the configurations to production and we will hand over to the client. So by default, these two are the environments the customer will get delivered with the subscription fees that they are purchasing from Oracle. Additionally, if they want, they can also get the dev license also team. So test and dev are proxy to the production. Okay. So test environment is the very nearby environment to production. Every configurations that what we're doing in production team in real time, that will be available in test also. So any kind of testings the end user want to perform also after the implementation, they can make use of the test environment. So these are the three environments that which you will be coming across when you are working on a project. Why I am telling in the initial sessions team, one should know the preliminary understanding about the URLs team, because once you get into the job and once you start working team, you will be more or less in your every day, we will be hearing these words: production, test pod, development pod, like that. So you should know which pod will be used for what things in the real time. So that is the reason I have listed here what is production, what is test, and what is dev environments team. So these are about the Oracle application when the customer will get when they buy the license from Oracle team. Now, let me move on to the application, how it looks like. So as I told you, it is a cloud-based application. Once you copy paste your URL in any browser, it will be prompting us to this particular screen team. Sign in, Oracle Applications Cloud. Then I can give my user ID and password. Let's say team, this is my user ID, HCM_implementation IMPL, and password. In my current Google browser, I have already saved the password team. That's why they are coming automatically, or else you can give here. And team, whenever you log in into the application, Oracle applications are multi-language supported applications. Means what? Application language you can customize. By default, it will come in English. But see, you have a couple of languages. See, you have Arabic, you have Danish, German, Greek, Spanish, okay, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Thai, Turkish, see team, Chinese, Ukrainian. These all are the languages that Oracle supports currently for the Fusion applications team. We cannot customize these things. Whatever standard Oracle delivered supported languages, that only we can use team. So in the countries where Oracle is having good business, number of customers are there for Oracle team. Okay, there for those countries, Oracle giving their localized language support also. Like when you trying to log into the system only, in which language you want the application to be, you can set up here. Let's say I want it in Greek. Change to Greek. See, it changed. Sign in changed. And this one also changed. Everything, sign in, name changed here. Once I log in team, entire application will come in Greek language. So I don't want that to be, I want to keep it in English. Okay. So user ID and password. Let's suppose team, as a user in the system, if you forgot your password when you are trying to log in, then you have the option here, forgot password. You can click on forgot password. Then it will ask you the couple of options team. You have to give your username or email ID and you can choose the appropriate option. You forgot your username or you forgot your user ID. Give the appropriate option by giving your email and click on submit. Your email will get a notification from the system, like password reset link or username details like that. In any application, even in your Gmail also, these kind of features will be there. If you forgot your password, we have the option, right? In your Facebook also, you have such options. Same here also, right? Okay. I have my user ID and password. Now I have given both the details and then I'm clicking on sign in. Now my screen is getting loaded and I will land upon the main home screen of the application team. See now? Okay. So this is the home screen of the application team. Once we log in, good morning, HCM_IMPL. And I could able to see a particular section here, like sales. We have one section, service. Then I click on me. Then what are the sub options under me? I can see. Then my team, procurement, my client group. And if I click on the right side arrow, many couple of options I can see team, right? Different sections. So whatever that you are seeing team, this entire area, okay, starting from whatever I am selecting, these all things, this entire area, we will call it as springboard. What we will call this entire area team? We will call it as springboard, right? And whatever the sections you are seeing here team, like my client groups, procurement, my team, me, sales, service, these each sections, we will call it as functional areas in the system. My client groups is one functional area. Procurement is one functional area. My team is one functional area. Each section that what you are seeing here, team, these all are called as functional areas in the system. And under my client groups team, if I keep my cursor on my client groups, if I select, I could able to see some options coming under that, like hiring, journeys, new person, person management, absence, talent, performance, learning, payroll. These all we will call it as sub-functional areas in the system. This is a functional area. At the top, we have functional areas. Under functional areas, we have sub-functional areas team. Now, under each sub-functional areas, we will have our setups or the tasks residing team. See, I'm coming to my client group. Then I'm going to the sub-functional area called new person. If I click on that new person team, then I could able to see the tasks residing under that particular sub-functional area new person. See now, right team? I came to new person and I could able to see new person dashboard, hire an employee, pending worker, add a contingent worker, add a pending worker. So if I go to hire an employee team, in Fusion application, if you want to hire an employee in the system as a HR, you should come to new person and you have to pick up a task. See, now I will land upon hire an employee task team. So what is that you have to understand team? In application, we have the hierarchy like this. One second. Okay, we have functional areas. Okay, under functional areas we have sub-functional areas. Okay, under sub-functional area you have setups or tasks in the system. You have to see the hierarchy. 1, 2, 3. Example, let's say my client groups. My client groups. We have one functional area in the system. We have my client groups, something we have in the system. Under my client groups, okay, if I come to home, I will start from beginning. Okay, under my client groups, I have new person. So if I go to, where is it? My client groups, I have new person. And if I go to new person, I have the tasks like hire an employee, then add a contingent worker, okay, then add a pending worker, etc. So entire sequence will be in this way team. Functional areas, under that you have sub-functional areas, and under that you have setups or the tasks in the system team, right? So this is about Springboard, right? And whatever that options that you are seeing in the Springboard team, you can also see them in the navigator here. On the left top corner, if you see, there are 3 lines here. If I keep my cursor on this, what is that? It is navigator. If I click on that 3 lines team, a bar will open up. See, a section will open up now from left to right. See, and I have what options? I have sales, service, me, my team, procurement, my client, whatever I am seeing on the Springboard. See, here I am seeing it in the horizontal way, the list: sales, service, me, my team, procurement, my client group. The same options I can also find from here. If I click on the navigator, and if I click on my client group, I have these sub-functional areas team. I can also find here. Go here, then come to my client groups and click on the drop down, expand that particular functional area, see team. Hiring, journeys, new person, person management, absences. That's what we are seeing here also under my client group. Hiring, journeys, new person, person management. So you can also access the functional areas and sub-functional areas from the left side navigator. See, I came to my client group, functional area. Under that, new person sub-functional area, and I'm clicking on new person. I will land upon the same screen, like all the tasks under that I can able to see, where I have find from the Springboard the same thing. See, hire an employee, add a contingent, add a pending, non-worker. So you can also find your functional areas. Okay. You can also find your functional areas in the navigator also team. So this is called as Springboard, and this is called as navigator in the system team. And within the Springboard, you have something called a quick actions team. What are all these things? Basically, whatever the setups or the tasks that resides under the sub-functional areas, you can see them openly here team. See, under my client group, if I go to new person, I have a couple of tasks available under that. Or if I go to absences, let's suppose a functional area, sub-functional area called absences is there. If I go to absences team, I could able to see certain tasks under that absence team. See, now under absences, I have absence record, assignment, then reason, certification, plan, type, agreement, categories, like the different tasks I can see under the sub-functional area team. So all the tasks that what I will be able to see under the sub-functional areas team, under my client group, I have these many sub-functional areas. Under each of them, I have several tasks. Everything I can find from quick action. See, hire an employee. I can go to new person and I can pick up hire an employee task, but directly, quickly you can access all the actions in the system team. Quick actions means quickly you can get access to all the tasks that which are residing under these sub-functional areas. Scroll down, you click on show more under the quick actions theme, you can see all the sections, employment sub-functional area. Under that, whatever we have, you can see here. Then see under new person, whatever you have, add a non-worker, pending worker, contingent worker, you can see them here. Under compensation, all the setups or the tasks you can see here. Then under hiring, under learning, and then under time, then work structures. Okay. Then if you go to somewhere absences, see whatever I have seen under absence sub-functional area, like see absence record, assignment, agreement, eligibility profile, type, plan, categories, reasons, whatever that you will able to see under your sub-functional areas team. Okay, under all these sub-functional areas, you can see them overview of all the actions in the system team. Actions means all the tasks or the transactions that which you will perform in the system. So you can quickly have an access to them team. But also the quick actions, we have one more concept called responsive user interface team. In our Fusion application having two types of user interfaces, classic UI and responsive UI. But that differentiation I will explain you once we get into full detail of the application team. Now if I tell, you won't understand what is the difference between the two user interfaces. Quick actions we will basically use if you want to perform any task or transaction in the screens of responsive UI team. That we can eventually see once we complete our core HR module. We can see the difference of both. I'm going to show you that practically. So this is about the main home screen team. This is Springboard and this is the navigator. If you scroll down, you can even able to customize your Springboard team. You can able to customize your Springboard team. How? Let's say under my client groups, currently I could able to see some options like hiring, journeys, new person. My client is telling, Kumar, I want to hide this hiring from my client group. I don't want to give this particular option hiring under my client group. You can even customize or personalize the Springboard team. How? You be on any section team, procurement, then you can come to plus icon or my client group. If you scroll down, at last you have plus icon on every section. What is that plus icon team? Personalized Springboard, correct? Click on that plus icon team. Now you land up on the Springboard personalization apps. Under each functional area, these all are functional areas team. Under each functional area, what are the sub-functional areas we have? You can see here. Under sales, what you have. Under service, what you have. Then under me, then under my team, procurement, then under my client groups. For every section, you can see here team. Then come to my client groups. Under this, hiring you don't want, right? Journeys also you don't want. Let's say you have unchecked both the things. Now scroll down, click on save and close. Now come to my client groups team. They too will be hidden out from the list. See, where are these? Under my client groups, where are these? Hiring and journeys. They're gone. Straight away it is coming from new person. But in the navigator, you can see team. Only Springboard level that changes will have. In the navigator, if I go my client group, see hiring and journeys are visible here. In the Springboard only, they will get hidden out team. If you want to personalize your Springboard, you can make use of this button called personalize Springboard team. Now click on plus icon and put it back. Now under my client group, hiring and journeys, I'm enabling back. Okay. Click on save and close. Now see team, under my client groups, they came back. Before new person, hiring and journeys also added back. So like this basic customization of Springboard, you can able to do from this personalized Springboard option team. And then in the home screen under Springboard, okay, if you scroll down team, okay, you have something here called a things to finish. What is that things to finish? Basically, we have a concept called the workflows and approvals. I was telling you yesterday, When I'm introducing to you the syllabus within the HCM Cloud Applications team, I told you we have something here called workflows and approvals. What is this topic about, team? In the application, for every transactions that being made, you can set up an approval workflow. I told you. Means what? Let's suppose if a employee applying the leave, then it should go to concerned manager for approval. Or there is a transfer happening to the employee, then the approval should go to concerned manager for approve or reject, whatever it is. So for every transaction, we can set up the approvals, correct, team? So let's suppose, team, if I'm a manager, I'm HCM underscore IMPL team. If I'm a manager team, I log in into the system, then I can see what are all the transactions that are waiting for me, things to finish, whatever assigned to me, like what is that particular approval waiting for me. I can see here, team, all that. These all are currently for your information tasks. If at all any approval related things come, then I will get two buttons, approve and reject, team. So things to finish means what are the tasks that are waiting for you. So currently in this environment, to my HCM underscore IMPL, 310 approvals are assigned, team. So I can check them here. I can click on that. Then I can see the detail of that particular, what is that transaction is about. These transactions are just FII notifications for your information, nothing to take any action, team. So I can able to see the detail of that particular approval also. Okay, this you can see in the workflow and approval sessions, team. That is things to finish. Created by me means if I'm initiating any transactions and they are waiting on concerned managers, I can check the count here created by me. And then if you scroll down, team, you have something called news and announcements. Like what is this section, team? If a company want to communicate to their employees in a large, like let's suppose on February 20th today, company announced some bonus to all the employees. They want to inform to all of their employees who are in the organization. So they can make use of this news and announcement. Like they want to announce anything to their employees. They want to share any news articles or something, or new event is going to be conducted next week. They want to communicate to them. A part of emails or something within the system also, team, that you can have the news and announcement section. So at the back end, you have to configure. See, open enrollment begins now, and some article, home, suite, office, ensure. In demo instance, by default, these are coming, team. But in real time, we have an option called news and announcement. In the back end, we have to configure that will visible here, team. So these particular components are covered in our YouTube channel, team. We have our own YouTube channel, TrioTech Software Trainings. You can find these type of out-of-the-box topics, which usually or generally not covered in our regular trainings, will be covered in our YouTube channel. You can subscribe and you can find the content relevant to these type of topics there. But yes, news and announcement means that one, team. And analytics is not required. And here, a part of this home screen, team, you can see something on the left top called a vision. What is that, team? Oracle loop. So basically, these are demo instances, team, our training instances, which Oracle will provide basically. So we are able to see the logo name as vision, but in the real time, you can update your client's logo. Your client Tata Group is telling Kumar, I want to have my company logo here. We can able to customize that, team. That we are going to see in these sessions. Sandbox. I told you, right? If any customizations or personalization of the application, if you want to perform, we can achieve via sandbox. In that session, we are going to see. You can place the logo of your client company here, team. And then we have a couple of options here. We have something called magnifier. If I click on that one, search bar will open up, team. This we will call as global search area. But these search options, I will tell you in the next session. We have 3 or 4 search areas available in the system. What is what I will tell you in the next session. But you can talk about a couple of options here today, team. This is something called home button. Means what? Like in every mobile, how we have the home button. In whatever the screen we are, if we click on home button, what happens, team? We will come to the main home screen. In the Fusion application also, home button is seen. Let's suppose I am on some particular screen. I'm on my client group person management screen. Okay, there is something called person management. I'm on this respective screen. Now I want to come back to the main screen. Simply, if I click on home button, I will land up on the main home screen. So any screen you be on, if you want to cancel that and come back to the main home screen, then you have the home button available here, team, right? And then you have something called star here. What is this star is about? Favorites and recent items. Means what, team? In every browser that you are using, team, you have something called star. Bookmark this tab. What is the usability of this tab in any of your search engines, team? You take Firefox, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, anything. Bookmarking means what? Whatever our favorite URLs or the links we have, you can bookmark them for future use. Correct? You don't need to search every time. If you go to bookmark, you can see the list of the favorite URLs of yours. Similarly, team, within the application, if any setups or the tasks that you want to list them as a favorites, team, you can make use of that. Click on this one, favorites and recent item. Go to favorites, and here you can list out, team, whatever is your favorites. Something like, as per my job in the organization, every day I will be responsible of hiring an employee. Means I will come to my client group, then I will go to new person, and then I will go to hire an employee task, and then I will initiate the hiring. Every day my job is routine. I have to come to hire an employee task. Then you can mark it as favorite. See, beyond the task, first of all, now I am on hire an employee task. Then go to the star icon, click on that, and then come to favorites, and then click on add to favorites, and you can create a folder, team. Okay, something called new folder. First you click a folder, like something like my daily routine, or my daily tasks, or my frequent tasks, something. You can list out your folder name of your choice, team. I am writing it as my daily task. Under that folder, I am adding this hire an employee task, team. Save and close. Okay. Now see, team, I will come back. Okay, I will come back. Now let's suppose I freshly logged into the system. Now I have to go to hire an employee task. Now I no need to go to my client group, new person, then pick up a task. Directly, if I go to my favorites, okay, I can see my folder coming up here, team. See, my daily tasks and hire an employee. If I click on that, directly I can go to hire an employee task now. So you can list out 10, 20, 30, 50, the most used setups or the tasks in your day-to-day life. See, I landed upon hire an employee task. You can make your tasks as your favorites, team. You can add it in your favorites bucket. So that is the usability of this particular favorites, team. If you come to recent items, this is about the history that which you have navigated in the system so far. See, just I came to new person. Prior to that, I came to hire an employee. Prior to that, I came to search person. Then absence administration. So you have the recent history information. In our Google Chrome also, team, or whatever the browser you are using, you have the option called history, correct? Where you can check what are the recent searches that you have done in that browser. Similarly, within the application, team, the recent items that what you have came across or you have worked on, you can see it in the recent items list, team. So favorites and recent items means that one. This is not required, team. Watch list. Basically, financials or supply chain product related people will use mostly this one. As far as HCM is concerned, it is not required. Now go to bell icon. So here you can see again the workflows, team, the notifications, like whatever you are seeing here in things to finish, team, the notifications that what you have received, even you can find here. As a manager, once you log in into the system, or as a HR, once you log in into the system, if they go to bell icon, what are the approvals that are waiting on them, they can able to see. What are their subordinate requests, anything. They can go basically in this instance to my user, all are FII notifications I can see. 309 notifications are awaiting on me. So I can click on that particular task. What is that approval is about? One more pop-up will open team, one more window I mean, and then I can see what is that transaction is about, and then I can take the appropriate action, approve or reject, something like that thing. But currently these all are FII notifications team, so I cannot go into the detail. But usually all the approvals you can find here. See the count here also, you can see 309, correct, assigned to me. The same count I can see here. I can also find from here team. And then if I go to this particular setup and maintenance team, okay, if I go to setup and maintenance team, not setup and maintenance. Once if I click on my user, this is my HCM_IMPL team. If I click on the user, I will have settings and action here team, right? So if I want to log out from the application, then I have something called a sign out. See, if I click on sign out, then I will be able to log out of the application. So that is one thing that you can see here, settings and action. Now let me go back again, sign in with my user ID and password. Okay, still loading. Okay, and then team, if I click on the same settings and action, I can also see some things like personalization, administration, troubleshooting. But these components I will let you know once we get into more detail team, probably by tomorrow session that we are going to see further to this one team. So here you can also find about the release version of the application, as I was showing you in yesterday's last session team, for the application where you can find the version of that one. If you go to this about this application team, you can find the release details of this application. Like our current application, what we are using is of which version currently. See, it is in 23A. So that details we can see in the about this application team. So we have to talk about further some components like this setup and maintenance, our functional setup manager task resolve. These things we will be coming to know in our next coming sessions team. So this is about the basic introduction to the application team. What are the basic features that we're going to have within the application once we log in into the system. So in the next session tomorrow, I'm going to start the topic of security administration in the system team. So when we going for an implementation project also, the very first fundamental topic that we should be aware of, or the first fundamental things that which we will be performing in any implementation project will be team creating of user accounts and assigning the roles. In security administration team, we are going to see that one only, like user account management and role management. These two things we are going to see in the security administration. What is that team? Now I'm able to log in with my user ID and password, HCM_IMPL. When I log in, I could able to see several options are coming up. First of all, how my user account in the system got created. When you go for an implementation team, client will give us one user to our project team. To our project manager, they will create one user account and they will give. So we have to create our user accounts for all the team. How we have to create the user accounts in a system, or when you hiring an employee, how the user accounts for the employee, because all the employees should have access to the system, correct? The client side employees, when they getting hired in the organization, all the employees should have access to the system, because in order to do their day-to-day activities team. So how that user accounts will be created in the system? We have manual way of creating the user accounts to the employees, or automatic way of creating the user accounts by the system to the employees team. So starting from tomorrow, we are going to start with the topic of security administration team. From tomorrow, our regular topics are going to be started. Saturday and today, we have our demos and we have our introductory part of the application team. So starting from tomorrow, we are going to take up our very first concept in the implementation, that is security administration. In this, we are going to talk about how to create the user accounts in the system manually as well as automatic, and what is the concept of roles in the Fusion application. In e-business suite, if anyone is from EBS background, there you used to have the concept of responsibility adding to the employee to give access to that particular user. Example team, I logged in with HCM_IMPL. I'm getting several options here. See, several functionalities I could able to see in the system. Cash management, fixed assets. These are not part of our HCM, but still I could able to see them. But how basically in Fusion application, the access to that user will be given or provision, that we are going to see in role management team. We have a concept called RBAC in Fusion application. Roles-based access control. When we create a user account to an employee, we are going to assign specific roles to that user account. So whatever the roles we are assigning to that user, on that basis, the user is going to get accessed in the system team. So starting from tomorrow, I'm going to take up this concept of security administration in the Fusion application team. Once the security part completed, then we are going to start with our first module in the system, that is core HR or global HR team, which is a fundamental module in any implementation project. Without this module, you won't find any HCM implementation in the market, right? So that is about today's session team. So any questions as such in today's topic, online people? You can unmute yourself and you can ask team. Any questions in today's session?
Hi Kumar, Pratyusha here. Good morning.
Yes, Pratyusha, please.
Actually, going to log in when you are going to log in an application, you are using something like link. So that link you are going to give, or how can we get that link?
You are going to get it. Once the enrollments we receive, then we are going to share this URL, user ID and password to practice.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. This is Chetan.
Yeah, Chetan, I will be sharing you, Chetan. We received it.
Yeah. One more thing. Like you said, the certifications are all those things. Sir, when we are good to start like the certification, like
I suggest
the
to go with core HR certification first of all. Why? Because that will be easy compared to other modules. Payroll is very toughest.
Like
So,
what will be the best time, like in 2 weeks or 3 weeks on this course?
See, core HR basically will complete within 20 days or 25 days because that is the biggest module in entire system. So once you complete it within 3 weeks or something, then you can start with your core HR certification if required.
Okay, and it will take like 1 week to prepare all that?
Depends upon your, basically it will take easily 1 week to 10 days. Yes.
Okay, so the most of the questions will be repeating anyways. So and 5 or 10 questions
correct
will be out of
correct
somewhere, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And the pass percentage is 70%.
70%, yeah, 75.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's 70%. I just checked.
70 to 75. It will be varies actually year to year.
Okay. I think now it is 70%.
70%.
50 to 58 questions, I guess.
Yeah. Again, that's what there will be.
It changes every year. So?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you. So tomorrow also you can join with this meeting link team, but from Wednesday onwards, you are going to have the new meeting link for the session where only the enrolled participants will get the new meeting link. So people who yet to contact, please reach out to us team so that we can confirm your enrollment and we can share the instance access and video access and also the materials access to you. I think many of you were members we have already. If anyone is not having, please share to us team so that we can reach out to you. Okay. I think Benjamin is one person. I don't have the details. I believe in the list today I can see. And Sandeep also, I believe. Okay. So please reach out. Yeah.
Can we also get that Excel file you're writing so that we
Yeah.
can get better keep
Yeah.
notes?
It will be shared to you.
Oh,
It
sure.
will be
Thank
shared to you. No problem. Yeah. So please do confirm team. So you can join the same link tomorrow at 7 a.m. and you can have the sessions continue. Right? Yes, Ravi, I will be calling you after that. Yes, Suresh, you will be getting daily running notes and daily sessions. Yes. Yeah, we have the web link, Ravi. I will be sharing to you. Okay. Okay, team, then let's conclude here for today and let's join back tomorrow with the topic of user management in the system. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kumar.